be with us.
And a lot of people will say that, a lot of the facts of the past are not presented properly. It's not that everything was hunky-dory and no change was required. That we didn't need any technology, new technology help from anywhere. We don't need to learn from anyone. Because, yes, we have a history of, if you look at every second child, even till today in this country, is malnourished. And it was even worse than that. So I'm saying it is not that we don't need help anywhere. We need to learn from, I think, the researches which are happening. So I think, don't you think it becomes very, very protectionist kind of argument that everything is good without help and we can do without learning?
I'm not rejecting help. I mean, I'm a very international citizen. I call myself an Earth citizen. I teach anywhere in the world where a university will invite me. And I think exchange is fine. And Gandhi put it so beautifully. I want the windows of my house to be open to bring the air of every culture, but I don't want storms to uproot my very house. Now, genetic engineering in the hands of one company, 95% seeds sold anywhere in the world that are GM are two traits: herbicide-resistant crops and Bt toxin crops, both toxic crops, in the hands of one company. That is exploitation. It is not health. And that's why I spend so much of my time building alternatives like organic farming. And again, organic farming has now become a global movement. It's become a global ecology movement, but it's a global food movement. And I would say in our context, I think it would be so good if the country adopted this as the way to deal with nutritional deficiency. We're just preparing a report on calculating health per acre. What's the system by which we will maximize nutrition? Because the model we have today is minimizing nutrition. Those huge amounts of rice and wheat in Punjab rotting in our godowns have no nutrition. We've made the dals disappear to the extent that today in the market they bring an I dal. And I can't figure out why they call it I. Because made from soya, so they should call it S dal. And I think they're so inspired by the iPhone and the iPad, they said, I laga the dal ke piche, ye innovation ho jayega. But that's not innovation, it's cheating. Because your soil is being cheated, your body is being cheated. So, in fact, my science is still my compelling drive.
So, apart from your science, when we're talking about follow your heart, that's what we're talking about today. And do you think, you've always done that, or is it a studied way of approaching things versus spontaneity of following your heart? What do you have to say about that?
Well, I would say, in my case, it's coherence. I've always followed my heart and my head and my conscience all together. And they don't go in different directions. Thank goodness. Otherwise, I'd be crazy. When I did my physics, I was passionate about physics. It wasn't just a head affair. It was also a heart affair. It's like you were talking about writing. And I used to do that for myself. It's very much something that stimulates you. What I do today is really with a combined awareness that I have to do something with society, for society. Otherwise, I'd spend my life as a physicist. It satisfied me enough. I had a love affair with physics. But it was just for me, And when I started to do tiny bits of studies, a eucalyptus study, eucalyptus monoculture span, Dehradun mining study, mining stopped. I said tiny bits of study can save entire ecosystems, can save entire communities. And that's where I said the little bit of brain that I have, if used with the heart. And for me, follow my heart is really now a matter of compassion. That you have to feel one with any pain around you and respond to it. And that sense of being one, I think, is our real sense of self.
Well,
we are not separated.
Yeah.